for the Rangers to do the damage. And Smith blasts the first pitch. Deep out to right. It's gone! What a start for Josh Smith and the Rangers tonight. One pitch in, and they have the 1-0 lead.
That's the game within the game. Our leadoff hitter, Josh Smith. First pitch, four-seam fastball. He loves it. It's right down the middle. Catches it clean. 107 exit velo. And parks it in the right field bleachers.
Now Seager, and he'll pound one in the dirt foul. Strike one. Anyway, yeah, left-handed hitters seem to have the better chance at slugging on Kolek, so that's a great way to get it going. That's low. 1-1 now to Seager. Corey with that hitting streak at 9 games. 11 home runs now, 24 driven in for him, and he swings through the fastball. 1-2. Wow, would have been cool if Smith could have done that yesterday, like in the 9th or 10th inning.
We'll take it, though.
We will take it. Yesterday, the Rangers scored their 2 runs in the 3rd inning, and then that was it. Well, it's oftentimes where problems do exist for the Rangers, when they'll score early runs sometimes, but then just not follow it up. So they didn't waste any time today. One pitch, and Smith hits his 8th of the year. A 3-2 to Seager, and he fights off another one. This is an epic at-bat right here for Seager. Who doesn't see this many pitches?
No, usually it feels like three or less with Seager.
Now the hit and 2 walks yesterday. And he strikes out swinging the fastball from Kolek. Right in there, and that is the first out of the ball game.
Well, this is rare right here. Seager getting a fastball right down the middle and just misses it. Good swing, but let's see here. He just maybe a little bit late and underneath it.
Okay, so now Semien, and he'll watch one just off the plate. That was a slider that time from Kolek. 9 home runs, 42 RBIs for Marcus, and he will shoot one down to first, but Cronenworth reels that one in for the second out of the inning. Kind of a soft liner.
Yeah, this one caught off the end of the bat. Not hit very hard, and it hangs up enough for Cronenworth to run it down.
And it will be a Dolis Garcia now. 228 average, 10 homers for El Bombi, and he'll take a strike. Oh for 5 yesterday. And he's in a hole 0-2. Garcia, he's been the RBI guy for the Rangers. We've talked about that a little bit from time to time. Leads the team. He has 49 of them. Yesterday, he was just 1 RBI shy of being in the top 10 in the league. So he's kind of made his way up back into the league leaders. Yesterday was a quiet afternoon for him.
I hadn't been looking at the RBI leaders lately.
Well, and then the tricky part to come up with those things is, well, they don't show up. We only get the top 10. And so, it's one of those where you got to look and say, okay, well, is he close? And he is. Now, yesterday they made up a little ground on him. 2-2, and it's fouled back. But he's surprised. I guess my point, Mike, is that he's been surprisingly productive that way. We've been upset about, at times, the offensive production of this team, but he has been driving in runs.
And obviously yesterday you only get 2, but recently the Rangers have been scoring, better than average runs, and it's been for 20 or so games.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough yesterday. There's Booney. Brett Boone, the new hitting coach for the Rangers, new as of a couple of months ago now.
Really in the way of Josh Smith there watching the game.
Garcia gets underneath this one. Merrill goes all the way back onto the warning track, but just in front of it to make the catch. That thing carried pretty well. Not quite as well, though, as the ball.
Were swings that were pitches out of the zone. So you got him 0-2. Right here, I don't want to throw a strike, but I want to throw something that looks like a strike and see if he chases.
2-pitch, and he does. Goes after the changeup, and Tatis strikes out for the first out of the inning.
It's a great changeup from Corbin here, down and away, off the plate, and gets Tatis to chase. 2 games. It's like Tatis will chase. Ball's out of the zone for you.
65th time this year that he is punched out, and Jackson Merrill, the hitter, he'll go after the first pitch, rolls it to second. Semion's good throw is in time, and just like that, 2 away.
All right, let's take a look at the Rangers' Vivint defense. And it will be Langford, Carter, and Garcia in the outfield, Smith and Seager on the left side, Semien and Berger on the right side, and catching again here in San Diego, Kyle Higashioka.
All right, Manny Machado, the batter. Right-handed slugger in the first pitch. He'll line it out over first. That one heads into right field, and Machado has a Padres' first hit tonight.
Good hitting here. Not a bad first pitch. It's away, 92 miles an hour. Machado goes with it, lets the ball travel, and hits the ball where it's pitched. But you'll live with that. 2 outs, first pitch, you throw a strike, guy goes with it and gets a single.
Yeah, he's getting ever closer to 2,000 career hits now, just a couple away. As Luis Arraez takes down the middle, strike 1. Arraez, a left-handed hitter, very much a contact hitter. It is interesting to me, Mike, in that he's batted cleanup now in these 2 games. Not a guy with real power, which has traditionally been the type of guy you do use in the cleanup spot. It'll send this one into center. That's a base hit. Machado, good base running, will make it to third.
Well, 2 outs. Machado and Arise give the Padres a chance here in the first inning, and that ball is not that bad of a pitch. This is just great hitting right here. Hits this ball back up the middle. Carter gets to it quickly and makes the right throw here. Machado is going to make it easy to third. He throws it to second and holds Arise to a single.
So they're on the corners for Xander Bogaerts. 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday. But he's picked it up lately. Bogaerts, one of the hotter hitters on this Padres team. And he'll take strike one. A good cut fastball there from Corbin.
It is the 5th batter that he's faced in the inning, and that was the 8th pitch.
Yeah. Going back to the aggression today on both sides, really. Runner goes from first. The 1-strike pitch. That's lined out into left field. Coming on for it, Langford. And he makes a sliding catch in left. And the inning is over. So Langford activated today, just back in the lineup, and he saves a run in the first. Yeah, I'm not sure we appreciate that enough. It's a good point. As Carter goes after the first pitch and lifts it into left field. And another first pitch swing results in an out, 1 away. And here comes Wyatt Langford. 13 homers this year, 31 RBIs. Just activated today, so this will be his first game since late June 24th.
Well, I always remember last year Eric Nadel asked Langford a question before a game, and he might have been playing center field that game. And Eric said, "Hey, you ever played center field?" He goes, "No, I've only been playing outfield for 3 years now."
Yeah, I mean, he's new to all of it. The one thing that it seems as if he's been doing forever has been hitting. At least last year, he just looked like a guy very comfortable. So close to his college days. And he takes high here, 2-1. But recently back from that oblique strain, played just the one game on rehab and hit a ball about 700 feet.
And he only hit it once.
This one, Bounce shortstop, backhand pick by Bogarts, and his throw is in time. 2 down, and want to give us a chance for Budweiser. Kolek has retired 5 straight since the home run by Smith. And it brings Jonah Heim to the plate, 223 hitter with 8 home runs. And he'll pound this one in the dirt foul. Another first pitch swing by a Rangers batter. Seems, Mike, like there's a game plan today that involves being aggressive against pitches in the strike zone.
Yeah, I'd say from both teams.
Yeah.
Maybe they both had a team meeting together.
They sat down in the same meeting. High strike to Jonah, 0-2.
And the Rangers going with the catcher-catcher hitting situation again.
Yeah, they continue to employ this, and partly, I guess, because those are just the best offensive options for the team. 0-2, and that's high. It's a little risky. We talked about it yesterday.
They have their third catcher back, though. Wyatt Langford.
That's true. A little more flexibility now. Higgy caught yesterday, catching again tonight. This one tapped by the mound to second base, and Iglesias is there, makes for an easy play. Another ground ball for Kolek. He does that very well.
Working well for him, so he had to rely more on his cutter. And you could see him go into the dugout after that outing, and Jack Leiter was immediately picking his brain. Leiter told me today his slider is his signature pitch. It's what made his career so successful, and it wasn't on that night. So some days you have to go to plan B, some days you have to go to plan C, but he does a really good job of when plan A goes awry, you don't even notice it. He still carries himself the same way, and he still attacks, and that's something that I really admire about him.
Yeah, Jack is getting to learn from a lot of veteran pitchers. DeGrom, Eovaldi, Corbin. Malley has quite a few innings underneath him. John Gray, who hopefully is coming back after the All-Star break. He has a lot of people, same with Rocker, to ask questions to. And the great thing is those veteran guys are cordial enough and nice enough to give answers.
It's a slightly different way the guys go about things now. Because in the past, that wasn't always the case.
Yeah.
But they've been very cooperative, generous with the young pitchers. 1-2 is low here to Gavin Sheets.
But I feel like Leiter did notice, like he wasn't on his A game. That's why he asked the questions, right?
Yeah, and I was going to say, so the veterans, they get credit for being cool, and just hanging out with the young pitchers. This one lined into left, and Langford to his left makes another great catch. There's the first out of the inning. Not bad for a catcher.
This is a great play here. This ball's rocketed at 106. And nice play. Leaps at the end. And man, the Rangers have two young up-and-coming outfielders that can really go get it in Carter and Langford, and we know how good Garcia is as a veteran in right field.
Here's Jose Iglesias. Having had a nice day yesterday in center field. It's a great defensive team. The Rangers rank among the best. No matter how you measure it, as Iglesias, again, watches one in. It's 2-0. But I think also, going back to the conversation about the pitchers, I think Leiter has to get some credit because he definitely seeks out these guys start after start to talk to them. I don't think there's a start where those guys come out and we don't immediately find Leiter right next to him.
I think that's where having a big league father helps.
Well, guys, it's also pretty funny because Leiter told me some days as a pitcher, you just need to come in and just talk about your outing and kind of vent and let everything go. And I think he puts himself in those situations intentionally.
Well, and he can because I'm not saying it's, hey, just because you had a big league dad, you're going to be talkative but, you know, we know Al. And Al can talk. And Jack grew up with a dad who could pitch great and talk, and I know that Jack knows kind of the questions to ask, and he asked those questions because he knew, like, hey, Patrick, your slider stunk tonight. Like, that's okay. Like, how'd you do this? So I want to learn from you in real time. I can talk to Dad, but he's my dad. And how did you do this with having bad stuff?
Yeah.
How'd you get 18 outs?
It's been one of the more fun things to watch this year. Just watching him grow and work with those veteran pitchers. As Corbin runs one in. 2-0. So he walked Iglesias on 4 pitches. Falls behind Cronenworth 2-0. And that gets Higashioka out there.
He's really taking his time getting out there, too. He didn't jog out there quickly.
Mike Maddox looking on. It's nice when you have a catcher who can go out there and maybe deliver the message for you.
Yeah, and that way, if you need another mound visit in this inning, it gives Maddox the chance to go out there. Now, first inning threw 9 pitches, 9 strikes. 110 pitches his last outing, and we thought he was going to get an extra day. He didn't. They moved him up. They moved Jack Leiter back to tomorrow night. So,
yeah, Boch said he liked the matchups, the way it worked when you switched the two, looking at the remainder of the road trip, and also, as he pointed out, he said, you know, Corbin, he's used to going on regular rest. Thought it would work to put him here tonight and move Leiter back. The 2-0. There's a strike. So good message delivered by Higgy. And you see that reach out with his glove, just kind of emphasizing again, like, good job. That's what we're talking about. I like expressive catchers, you know?
Yeah. It's tough to make it to the major leagues if you're not.
2-1. That ball's hit well. Deep out to right. Garcia can only watch. A home run for Cronenworth, his 8th of the year. And the Padres have come right back. And now they take the lead. And that poor dude, it was in his hands. He just didn't catch it cleanly.
Well, it's a fastball, and it's right down the middle, about knee high. And it's a no-doubter. Cronenworth knew it. Garcia pretty much knew it.
Bro. Those hands. Here's a first pitch strike to Diaz. 93 with a fastball that time from Corbin.
When that walk hurt.
Yep. That's where they get you. And Corbin working from behind now. 2-1 San Diego. Still very early, and there's a swing at a high fly ball pop-up, in fact, on the infield. Seager is there, and there are 2 away. Lineup turns over, but before we get to that, let's slide over for Baylor's Scott and White Health.
Get the back care you need and get back to life fast.
Well,
Tatis struck out on the first. Oh, and he is way out in front of the slider there. Strike one.
Free swinging in this series.
Man, we are looking to hit. Off the plate, 1-1 the count. So Corbin, now it's becoming a lengthy second inning for him. 35 years old, 16th start of the year. And that looked pretty good, but did miss in.
Good miss, though, just off the plate. Moved Tatis' hands, moved his body. If he wants to go back to that changeup down and away, it's a good pitch here.
Yeah, he went with a slider, and it's just a little bit low, and Tatis that time showed some restraint. That's the pitch he's been chasing a little bit. Corbin back after, and that's hammered foul. And the guy wearing a Tatis jersey makes a catch on the rebound. No relation as far as we know. .261 average this year for the Padres right fielder. I was looking at the numbers though, Mike. You know, he recently back from the long 80-game suspension for PEDs. If you look back at his career, and if you divide it pre-suspension, post-suspension, OPS down about 150 points. There's a ground ball third base. And Smith throws him out. Tatis retired to win the second inning. Padres will get a two-run homer by Cronenworth to take the lead, but when we come back, Berger, Higashioka, and Smith coming up. Batting eighth tonight, then Kyle Higashioka. And that will complete the first time through the lineup. Rangers scored on the first pitch of the ballgame. The Josh Smith home run, and no doubter to right field. Since then, Kolek has retired 6 in a row, and he misses upstairs here to Berger. Well, Berger's been looking to swing. He's not one to wait around in an at-bat. And he takes a strike on the slider. 1-1. Since coming off the injured list, he's 1 for 8 now. And that one crowds him. And did that get him? It did. Just nicked his wrist or forearm. And so Berger will head down to first base.
He grabbing his kind of pinky knuckle? Let's see here. Bottom of the hand.
Almost like pinched the fleshy side of the hand with the knob of the bat there. So he's on, and Higashioka will bat. So this now the first time that Kolek has to pitch from the stretch. We'll see how he responds to that. 28 years old. First time he's ever started against the Rangers. He's pitched against Texas in relief once in his past. And he's in with that one, 2-0. Part of the reason the Rangers might be swinging so frequently on the first pitch is that he throws a first pitch strike 61% of the time. He is right in the zone. He's also been really efficient this year. You see there, first pitch strikes 6 out of 9 times. So what is that, 66% of the time?
Yep.
Yeah.
0.666.
That's right. What do they call it? 6 repeating, but there's some word for that. There's a strike. It's 2-2. We won't get into it. But he gives up a lot of really hard contact. Two-two to Higashioka, and he gets underneath that, hits it deep out to left. That one is gone! And Higashioka makes a triumphant return to San Diego. Just his second home run of the year. But he puts the Rangers in front now, 3-2.
Well, Higgy gets a number 2 and gets number 2. That's a hanging breaking ball hitting to the left field bleachers, and that has to feel great for Higgy.
He's getting Higgy with it, Mike. Here's Smith. And he takes a strike right on the outside corner.
And Smith's up to bat, huh?
Yeah.
Will Smith.
I figured that was kind of in your sweet spot there.
I liked it.
This one on the ground and pass short into center field. And Smith is on. He's getting Higgy with it.
Let's see here. This pitch is up and in. He gets jammed, but he hits it hard enough. 80 miles an hour. Gets it through the infield past Bogaerts, who was playing up the middle.
That's interesting now. After the home run and then the single, Ruben Niebla quickly out there to the mound. So, and not messing around here.
Well, I'm sure this is about Corey Seager with a runner on first and how they want to attack. He beat him with a fastball on a 3-2 count last time.
And we just put up a number a moment ago about Kolek. Now, he has games where he's great, and when he's not, it gets away from him. So you see the 5 starts where he's allowed 1 or 0 runs. But then the other 6 starts, he's had an ERA over 7. So that might be why Niebla went out there right away. Like, oh boy.
It's either good or bad.
Right.
There's no kind of consistent, just 5-6 innings, 2 to 3 runs.
So, conversation over. Kolek has not retired a batter yet in this 3rd inning, and maybe this worked from the stretch. Is exposing a little vulnerability. We'll see. Smith leads. Seager struck out his first time in. And he chops that one to first base. The throw goes to second in time. Iglesias returns it to first, and they turn the 3-6-3 double play.
Well, just the one hopper Taylor made, and once Cronenworth makes the good feed here, he gets back to the base and gives Bogaerts an easy throw, and we have to remember Seager has to protect his legs.
Right. he was going to beat that one out. He just wasn't. This ball hit hard out to right field. Semien lines out, though, to Tatis. He'll feed the fans, and the inning is over. Boy, that just evaporated in a split second. But the Rangers strike again. This time, Higashioka.
So many times I thought I'd find my way back. 난 아직 준비 안 됐어, and that's a fact, yeah. 네 말대로 나 움직여 like I don't wanna morning on 어차피 잠도 안 오고 잠이 올 때가 왔지. Sleep is for weak, 어머님이 그런 소리 말했었지. 거리에 걸었던 이거나 버렸던 피가, yeah, know what I mean. 보고 싶기도 하지. 멘도는 팽이처럼 도고 돌아왔지. 나 아마 TV 길이 맞는지, 나 아마 TV 길이 모르지. 하지 말아가고 born and ready, let's go. 한말 don't fit. 하지 말아가고 born and ready, let's. 한말 don't fit. 나 봐 how I miss that. 하지 말아가고 born and ready, let's go. 한말 don't fit. 나 봐 how I miss that. 하지 말아가고 born and ready, let's go. Born and ready, let's go. Go 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 go.
A big home run for the Rangers here.
Yeah, we just learned, Kyle, that's where he would hit a lot of home runs. Here you see 11 home runs last season in this ballpark. Mark Grant, also known as Mud, he is their TV color analyst and also just one of the great guys on the planet. He's a lot of fun. Came in to tell us as Merrill fouls this one back. He says, you know, in the past when he would hit home runs over there, we would say that he put one in the Higgy Bank. So that's his little Higgy Bank out. There's Mud. I don't know why he's using a stick mic there. On the right, Don Orsillo, his partner on the left. Those two are a riot. There's a swing and a miss, and Merrill strikes out, one away.
You know, it's bald guys.
Yeah, but ball guys, they're awesome. How about our Ford leaderboard as Machado comes to the plate? The great Manny Machado, he's putting together a heck of a career. RBIs since 2012, he's at 1,100. Fourth among active players. He continues just to be exceptional. Just earned his fourth All-Star starting assignment. His seventh overall All-Star appearance.
You know, it's interesting with Manny. He's having a great career and has a good chance to be a Hall of Famer at the end of his career. That little stint with the Dodgers and that playoff where he didn't run out a ball to first base, it hurt him tremendously around Major League Baseball with his reputation. And from everything we hear, he's a great teammate, you know, good guy. It was just this one moment in time where, you know, you do one thing wrong at the wrong time and it can really backfire.
Magnified certainly by the moment as he grounds out here to Seager, or rather Semien, and there are two gone. But it has been a pretty impressive career for Manny Machado. He is the franchise's home run leader here. I didn't realize that, but he has more home runs than any Padre all time, 181 of those. As Arise takes a strike at the bottom of the zone for ball one.
Perfect pitch. Tell you what, Arise kind of has a Julio Franco approach. He seems to take a strike a lot. And he lets you know it, too.
Yeah, he's
I thought
taking
the first one was called a strike. I screwed up. I thought he called it. I thought that was an easy one. And I was like, good pitch, strike one. He's telling the umpire, just call a strike for me. I just want to take one.
Fouls that one away. You're right. I mean, he's
not timing it up or anything. He's just watching it. He's just watching it with his eyes. It works for him. One of the best contact hitters in the game.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is not because he's trying to work a count to get on base via the walk or anything. He's only walked 17 times this year. As he's right around 350 plate appearances. But he's only struck out 8 times, including once yesterday, really in a huge moment. 1-2 pitch to him, and it takes high. So it's funny that, when you take a strike like that, Jesus, a guy who really relies on putting the ball in play, that would be disadvantageous.
He's not scared at all of hitting with 2 strikes.
He is not. And he checks in on Higgy there after that little foul tip.
Just got a piece. Yesterday, he said, was 8th strikeout of the year yesterday?
Yeah. It's a rare occurrence. This one flared to third and a leaping grab by Smith. Oh, man, what a play. He waited, and then like a cat just leapt way up there to grab it.
Well, he got up. It looked like 1986. Is that Josh Spud Smith jumping?
Your generation, Mike, you like to cut right to the chase. Listen, I like to wander around and take in the sights. I go to Rangers.com and just absorb it all. Garcia leading it off here in the 4th. Kolek deals pretty good pitch. Not called. 1-1 to count. That's close. Now a pop-up foul.
He's pulled both of those pitches. Kolek, he's trying to throw the ball inside. He's pulled both of those to the outer part of the plate. And the thing is Garcia doesn't know that he's missed his spots. A lot of times we talk about it, you see it on the broadcast where the catcher's setting up. The hitter shouldn't know where the catcher's setting up. He can peek and try to see, but then you might lose your teeth if you do that.
Here's a 1-2. And Kolek is wide. Why would you lose your teeth?
Well, using both your eyes to peek and see where the catcher is. Let's see if The eyes work if I throw one near there. They'll probably stop peeking. I can stop it.
Well, strikeout of Garcia. And then that is how we start the fourth inning. With Carter coming up. How about our Old Spice fresh stats? Here we come. A 9-game hitting streak on the road for Evan Carter. An OPS of 1,300. And of those 9 games, 5 of them multi-hit games. So when he gets going, especially on the road lately, it portends for a really good night. And he taps that in the dirt foul. 1-1. Fly out to left field, his first time up. And a comebacker. That one gets past Kolek, but Bogart's positioned right there. And he had also that throw. Because Carter can get down the line, and Bogart's, I think he knew it too. Like, get rid of it. And he did. Carter retired 2 away.
Yeah, good job by Carter here. I know that he's out, but he hits a soft ground ball, and he's going to make Bogarts make a play on it. Reminds me a lot of the way Ichiro would sometimes steal hits. He hit a ground ball and then just take off. He kind of had a running swing, too. And it put a lot of pressure. Guys would make bad throws because then in the back of their mind, they know that a lefty like that would get down the line quick and you'd make an errant throw, nervous about where Ichiro would be by the time you pulled your head up after catching the ground ball.
Yeah, and you can see where that works really well for left-handed hitters. I think this guy here, Langford, he's one of the best as a right-handed hitter because he gets out of that box in a hurry and he can get up to full speed in the blink of an eye. 0-2. And that was a little bit low.
And I know Carter didn't beat it out, but let's just say he did. Those are energy. Those are sparks for your team when you see one of your guys hustle like that and a routine ground ball turn into a hit. Same thing it can be if you kind of hit. Langford does this quite a bit. He hits a ball not really in the gap, but the outfielder has to move to the left or right, and especially here with 2 outs, he just runs hard out of the box and maybe steals a double in that situation, and that gets a dugout fired up too.
1-2, and Langford takes it high. He's making Kolek work a little bit here. In fact, the right-hander is up over 50 pitches now. And that one is off the plate, so it's a full count. But you almost wonder if today's a day where Kolek, he has these really good days, and he'll have days where he's gettable. Maybe today is the latter, and there's ball 4. And with 2 outs, he really kind of nibbled there with Langford and lost him. And the Rangers have a good base runner on. Langford has 11 steals this year.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if he nibbled. He just pulled a couple pitches bad. Sometimes right here, be ready first pitch, because when a guy misses that bat, he sometimes wants to get over a first pitch strike, and you get a cookie to hit.
Langford draws a throw. Well, we talked about it earlier. He gets about 61% of his first pitches over for a strike. Rangers have been aggressive early on tonight against him on that first pitch. Langford edging off ever more. He's got a pretty nice lead. He blocks. The pitch is a strike. And Langford holds first base.
See here.
I thought he had a good jump there.
He timed him up. See if that was to go the next pitch.
So the 1 strike offering. Ooh. Little indecision there from Jonah. And it's 0-2. So Langford maybe takes off here. No. Fouled left side. Rangers got a run on the first on the home run by Smith. They got 2 more in the 3rd inning on a 2-run homer by Higashioka. Oh, 2 to Jonah, and it is up.
Well, after that swing he got earlier, why not try up again?
Yeah. All right, he delivers again, and that's outside. It's interesting. His last couple of at-bats, it just does not look very tight at all. His misses sometimes aren't very competitive.
Yeah, inconsistent.
Yeah. Longer half inning for him. 2-2, and that one is a good 6 or so inches off the plate. Fans getting a little restless.
Well, Cronenworth letting Kolek know he's not going to hold on Langford. He's going to play behind him.
And he'll be on the root move. And he goes, and this is fouled over the left side. Another great crowd today. We had over 45,000 yesterday. It was the 36th time this year that they've sold out the ballpark here.
Well, this is a great crowd, and remember, this is their professional team now. They've lost the Chargers for a little bit now, and they don't have basketball. The Clippers moved a long time ago.
3-2 to Jonah, and he hits this one down the right side and heading down into that corner. Around third base, Langford. He's headed to the plate. He'll score. Run-scoring double for Jonah Heim. And the Rangers take a 4-2 lead.
Boy, a great job of hitting, and Langford can fly. This was a good relay, and it wasn't even close at home. Here's the pitch. Middle in. Heim hits it well down the line. Watch this relay. Played this ball off the wall pretty well. You're going to see Jonah running into second base, but it was a nice relay throw, and it's not even close.
Now, he got such a great jump. It's a little 2-out lightning here. Langford with a 2-out walk. Then the Heim double, and now this base hit into right field. They will stop Heim at third. Well, Berger trying to get a run home. And nearly did. It's just a good job by Tatis, who was a really good right fielder.
Boy, great job by Berger here. This pitch is letter high. Ball travels deep. Hits it hard. 95 miles an hour. And with Tatis's arm and Jonah's speed, this was a good decision.
Tatis taking a knee while they meet again on the mound. Niebla back out there.
Tatis does remind me of Garcia a little bit. It looked like he took an extra step to throw that ball just to hope that the guy would run from third base. Adolis will do that sometimes too because he wants to throw guys out. He can throw guys out. Tatis has a cannon for an arm too. And sometimes they'll take an extra step like, hey, if you haven't made your decision yet, third base coach, I'll give you an extra step. So you see Tatis here catch it, and he doesn't get rid of the ball quickly. So he kind of takes that extra step to get a little bit more behind it, and also maybe to go, I dare you to go here.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes it. Those guys, those really good arms, they've got cagey ways of tricking you into thinking you can get an extra base. He's been one of the best in right field by all the metrics. I mean, you just see the athleticism, the skill exuded when he's out there. Just so good. A shortstop turned outfielder. Yeah, little gold glove. Heim at third, Berger at first. Again, all of this has happened with 2 outs. And Kolek delivers a bouncer left side. That's through, base hit, and Heim will touch the plate. RBI single by Higashioka. It's 5-2.
How about the bottom of the order for the Rangers? Higgy batting in the 9 hole. Has a 2-run homer and now has an RBI single. That's 4 runs scored. from the 6, 7, and 8, 9 hole tonight for the Texas Rangers.
And Smith now with a chance to do even more damage. And he'll take up. And Jonah with that huge double. And scores 2 batters later. Pretty good work with a hat, too. Gets second.
And wasn't Jonah at an 0-2 count after that swing? That
yeah,
he got a fastball in, a fastball above that he had a bad swing at. And from there, he works the count, gets a big hit, and now the Rangers are rolling in this inning.
And is outside. Pollock, he's getting close to 30 pitches for the inning now.
I'll tell you what, the Rangers seem to be seeing his off-speed pitches a lot better as this game's gone on.
Haven't seen much of the way of chase lately. (2-0). And it's a bouncer right side. Should end the inning. Iglesias throws it over to first. The Rangers put together a little 2-out rally. A Langford walk. Now the first pitch of this inning, a liner out into left, and there he is again. Langford with another great reaction, taking one away from Bogaerts.
He's good at this. Wait, is this the first inning? No, it's the start of the 4th inning. Same play. What a great result. A great job right there.
I think he had even less time to react on that one than he did on Bogaerts' line out in the first. Here's Gavin Sheets, and he'll take off the plate. Ball 1. Sheets flew out to left in the 2nd inning. And then he'll watch outside. 2-0.
Langford seems to have a pep in his step after coming off the injured list.
There's a strike. Sheets came in hitting .264 with 13 home runs. And he swings over the top of that slider. Evens the count at 2-2.
Has to give Corbin a lot of confidence, showing the defensive plays, getting another great play to start off this game. If he can get the ball over the plate, his defense is working for him.
And this one is flared into left. That does get down for a hit. Sheets had a couple of hits yesterday, another one here today.
Well, trying to get the ball away, and that one stays middle. You can see Corbin's reaction. He wasn't happy with the execution of that pitch.
Man on for Jose Iglesias, who walked and scored a run. And he'll take the cutter away for ball 1. .226 average coming into today. And that's a little bit better location for that cutter. 1-1. Corbin with the Rangers' first year now from Clay, New York. Rangers are now his 4th big league organization. And Iglesias gets underneath this and hits it high in the air to center, but that's not going to carry for him. Carter makes the catch. 2 away. And Jake Cronenworth will be the hitter. Corbin was a free agent this offseason and was not signed during spring training, and some, I'm sure, some concern at certain points. Where am I going to play? Rangers had a couple of injuries in the very end of spring training to their starting rotation. Cody Bradford, who just recently had elbow surgery, and then John Gray, who had his pitching hand broken on a comebacker against Colorado. Suddenly they had a need, and they signed Corbin last second, and he has been excellent. That's in there, 1-1.
You know, I know there's still another half to play this year, but I'd love to have him back next year. We know Bradford's not going to start the year. He's going to have to rehab part of the season to hopefully get back. I think he makes a lot of sense for this team. And Laura talked about it. We know it. We talked to the people in Washington that he's one of those guys that's a great teammate.
Yep.
Shares information. He's going to give you innings. He stays healthy. You know, for a guy at the back end of your rotation, those are guys that are very valuable.
1-2. And that is outside. And he's been a perfect fit for the situation this year, too, for the Rangers. Sheets the runner at first. And that's fouled back out of play. Now, the other thing about Corbin, a member of that 2019 World Series champion Washington Nationals team, and he'll always be a friend of the program here as the winning pitcher in that Game 7 win over Houston to win that World Series. 2-2. That's outside. Full count. So to me, that's kind of the light that I always see him in. Good man. Here's a 3-2. There's a ground ball right side. Base hit. Round second. Sheets. He'll head to third. Here comes a throw. That was ill-advised because it does allow Cronenworth to go to second. Boy, these fans. That ball's in play and they get into it. It might create a little urgency at times too for opposing players. I'm not sure if Garcia always makes that throw.
Well, we'll see here. He unloads it. He keeps it low. But when it gets away from Smith, Cronenworth is able to go to second. Now, Corbin had a lot of running to do there. He had to cover first base because it was a ground ball to the right side. Then he had to plant his foot and sprint to back up the throw. This is a great visit from Mike Maddox. Not only is this a big situation, there's 2 guys on in scoring position, but he also wants Corbin to catch his breath here after sprinting about 40 feet to first and then 100 feet to back up third base. This is a good visit to give him a breath here, too.
So as a guy who pitched and backed up the occasional base,
yes,
when you're running around like that, what's the toll there?
Well, your heart beats a little bit faster. Your lungs are taking it in. Now, what we used to be able to do is I didn't have to make a pitch for 45 seconds. I could rub the ball up and then go, I don't like this ball. All I'm doing is the ball's fine. I'm just wasting time trying to make sure I've caught my breath. But now with the pitch clock, you're not allowed to pull all of those kind of tricks to give yourself an extra 30, 40 seconds to catch your breath.
So, Elias Diaz nubs one out in front of the plate. Corbin, bare hands, lobs over to first, and he gets him 1 pitch later. What a fun night so far through 4 innings. Wyatt Langford's made... An OPS of almost 1250. And hitting the ball hard. And he hits this one out to center field. Coming on Merrill. He'll make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, you know, at times you got to get in those stats for Corey Seager quickly.
That's true. That's true, because he'll get after it. He anticipates that first pitch strike from Kolek. So now Marcus Semien, I think he was retired on 1 pitch, I believe his last time up. Marcus has done such a nice job out of the heart of the order now, where he's batting 3rd or 4th. He can bat it a little 5th. And he'll take a high strike here.
I wonder if he is intentionally taking there because first pitch, Seager swinging.
Yeah, he might well have been. It was a strike, yes, but maybe not the type of pitch he wanted to go after. High fly ball to right field, and Tatis makes the catch. 2 away. We'll give this a moment here for Hyundai.
A blind spot that's
All right, Adolis Garcia, he is 0 for 2, a fly out and a strikeout. And Kolek off the plate with ball one. We saw this last inning. Kolek sometimes can squeeze that ball a little tight.
Yeah, and don't give up after 2 outs, nobody on.
Yeah, that's for sure. In fact, here's a 2-out single. And Garcia's first hit of the game. Let's see if they can do it again. They got 2-out runs last inning.
Well, not a bad pitch. Bottom of the zone, away. Garcia goes down and gets it. Hits it off the end of the bat, base hit to center field.
He's on for Evan Carter. 5-2 Rangers lead. They've only been held scoreless for 1 inning tonight. That was in the second.
You know, Garcia looked like that lead there. I don't know. They might have seen it too. He kind of looked like he wanted to go there. Not a bad time to go here. Not as big a lead as this time.
Carter foul tip, strike one.
Well, that's rare. 2 things there. It's rare Carter swings first pitch, and it's rare he swings at a ball.
An indulgence he doesn't normally take. Yeah, that's up. 1-1. Carter is flied out and grounded out. Kolek, this will be his 75th pitch of the night. Yeah, that's low. Changeup's got good movement.
Yeah, but as this game's gone along, I feel like the lefties, when he throws that pitch a lot to lefties, they've taken it without even flinching a lot too. That was an easy take. He saw that ball well.
2-1, and that's on the ground, second base, and they will make the routine play to first to get Carter and retire the Rangers in the 5th. So Kolek gets through 5, and we're halfway there tonight, but the Rangers with
first time through the order because everybody was coming up to me and saying hi, but after that he said he was able to settle in, and of course he was focused the whole time, but he spoke really positively about his entire experience in San Diego, just saying that he used to go surfing on the off days with some of the guys on the team as well as some of the support staff and the kitchen staff, and it just seems like everywhere we go, whether it be New York, San Diego, just the media, and everybody just loves Higgy, and I think that's just a testament to the type of person he is.
He's a good guy, good teammate. Has a big home run tonight for the Texas Rangers.
I love it. Maybe a good surfer. Jackson Merrill, after the ground out by Tatis, he'll take strike one. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Rangers on top, 5-2. And a little foul ball there. Merrill may have taken that off his foot.
I've never tried surfing.
No, it's not easy. My guess is, Mike, and you're a great athlete.
Yeah.
You're trying to explain to me over and over again. And,
Well, you were bragging about dunking all day today.
yeah, well, surfing, I've tried it. It's hard.
Yeah.
You're jumping up on the board. My experience, and I don't know anything about if I was using the right size, wrong size, big, little. It's just squirrely. It's like a pumpkin seed. It just kind of squirts out from underneath your feet. There's a bouncer, second base. Merrill retired easily, 2 gone. So anyway, I gave it a good 20 minutes, Mike. And I said, well, I think I'm not going to be a surfer.
Well, I've tried snow skiing, and I was with the 4-year-olds for 2 days and still couldn't figure it out. So I'm pretty sure I wouldn't figure out surfing either.
Old dogs, we might be out of new tricks. Here's Machado, 1 for 2. And he'll take a little bit tight. Well, nice job so far for Corbin. He works with a 3-run lead. Pitch count in really good shape. And it's one thing to pitch for the lead and be in control of the situation here, which is really nice. But to take a little pressure off this bullpen will be huge. So we're looking at the countdown to 2,000 for Manny Machado up there.
That guy has to stay there till he gets to 2,000.
Yeah.
He's been there for a while.
They employed a guy in a T-shirt and shorts to man that countdown.
Bring him a hot dog and nachos every once in a while. And it's a lonely place up there when the Padres are on a road trip, but he's going to stick it out till 2,000.
Yeah, that's a well-appointed living area. There's a 2-1. I suppose he's rocking the flip-flops up there. He looked pretty casual. Yeah.
Has some jammies hopefully up there. By the way, I don't see any numbers to change it to 2,000. You can only get it to 999. That could be an issue.
They're looking to party like it's 1999 out there in that tiny little deck. 3-2 on Machado. Already over 350 career home runs. As I mentioned, the all-time leader in Padres history. And the 3-2 pitch. High in the air center field. He got underneath that one. And Carter takes care of it. A 1-2-3. 5th inning. Well, it's a beautiful evening here in San Diego. Boy,
piece of Dave and Mike on the pickleball court.
That would be interesting. For a very short period of time, as Langford watches ball one. Wyatt, well, who's walked and scored. You've played a little bit?
I have. It's fun.
Okay. I'd give it a shot. This ball lined into left. Base hit for Langford. So welcome back, Wyatt. Takes a good, hard turnaround first, but holds with a base hit.
White gets a 90-mile-an-hour pitch there. Hits it pretty good. And if you're an outfielder and you don't take Wyatt Langford seriously on a single, he'll turn it into a double.
Without exception. I mean, he's always looking for it. Jonah Heim, the batter. And he watches ball one. Remember, Langford was at first base in the fourth inning when Langford doubled to right field. And Wyatt scored easily on the play. It wasn't even... I mean, they threw to the plate, but there was never any real threat of a play.
Remember, the first person throwing is Tatis.
Yeah. It was 2 outs, so he was able to run.
It's a full count, too.
Yeah.
Got to start.
But still. It's got a nice little lead. 2-0. And that is slugged high in the air. Tatis came in, now waiting for it to come down. He makes the catch. And gone. So Kolek pitching into the 6th inning here tonight. Ball starters. We talk about the Rangers and the need to protect the bullpen a little bit after yesterday. I mean, the Padres had to play the 10 innings yesterday, too. So, incumbent on Kolek to try and get deep, as you see Matsui preparing in the bullpen for them. It's foul off. Strike one here on Berger.
Very unstable number 1 pitcher.
Yeah. There should almost, I mean, I hate to say that, but there should almost be a rule on that. No single digits for pitchers.
I'm with you. It does look weird.
One strike pitch. And that's grounded sharply up the middle. Base hit for Berger. He has 2 hits today. Langford hustles to third. He has that easily. And so the Rangers are set up on the corners here with 1 out.
How about the bottom of the order? Jake Berger with his 2nd hit of the game. He's 2 for 2 now, and he hits this ball hard. 106 miles an hour. And Langford flying around second makes it easy to third.
So, great start to the inning for the Rangers. That'll do it for Kolek. And we head into that Padres bullpen now. Matsui coming on in a 5-2 game. This place has treated him well. He's homered in 50% of the games out here this year. And Matsui is downstairs with ball 1. So Higgy, 2 for 2 today. Yuki Matsui, 29 years old. Here's 1-0. It's right in there. 1-1.
Interesting splitter there. It kind of broke in to the righty. Usually your splitty will go down and maybe a little bit arm side, but that one kind of had more of a slider break to it.
He gets a lot of swing and miss, Matsui. 1-1, and that one sails on him. Goodness me. Ball 2. And if you take all the numbers for the year for San Diego, their bullpen grades out pretty well. But we discussed it a little bit yesterday. There have been some trends recently that have not been as favorable for this pen. They've had some struggles. 2-2 on Higashioka. We'll see if the Rangers are able to add anything to tonight's score off this bullpen. This would be a big spot. Pitch to Higgy, and it's in the dirt.
So I know this is a big pitch here, and you want to watch this one, but Matsui here, he moves his hands before he moves his legs. Watch his hands move. His legs don't move. Hands, and then he pitches.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'd almost think that was a balk, but I guess it's not. It's just starting his motion with his hands and not his leg moving.
Yeah, that is kind of wild. We mentioned the number, right? The single-digit number, a little unstable. That movement is unstable to me.
Yeah.
That is really weird. And it's funny because I could put my finger on it. I was like, what is he doing? Is there like a pause, a hitch like some guys sometimes do?
Yeah, he has to, as soon as he moves his hands, he has to continue movement. That starts his motion.
Runner going, and this one is in the air right field. Tatis was deep, but comes in to make the catch. Tagging at third base, Langford. Here comes the throw, not in time, and Langford beat that soundly. A sacrifice fly into short right field, and you get a little taste of that speed of Wyatt Langford. 6-2 Rangers.
Man, I was hoping he would tag, because this is going to be a great arm against a young man who can fly, and it's shallow enough that this is going to be a play. He takes that extra hop, and Langford doesn't even need to slide. That extra step and then two-hopper, but man, can Langford run.
He is just so good. His ability to get the top speed as quickly as he does. It's funny, it's kind of a running thing, but you'll notice, and maybe we'll look at it again, but the forward lean when he leaves third base. I mean, he is driving the legs and leaning forward, generating big-time momentum in the right direction. This one fouled away.
Yeah, you can be the analyst on that.
Well, because, you'll see people, they'll run a little more straight up. Look how low he keeps the head and shoulders, right? He's just driving everything forward like a great running back. It's almost like a football style you see in him.
Gosh, I wonder how many people are faster than him on a sprint like that in baseball.
Can't be many. In the dirt, 1-2. Watch again. Look. All right, so see, set up well, but see how his hips are high, almost as high as his shoulders when he takes off there. He works hard at it, man. He works hard at every little bit of it. High pop-up, short center. Coming way in for it, Merrill, and he'll get to it, and the inning is over. Rangers pick up yet another run. A sac fly by Higashioka. He's having himself a night. He's driven in. Mike. 1-0 pitch, and Corbin dumps one in for a strike, 1-1. Let's check in with Laura.
Well, guys, I asked Boch the other day just if the offensive struggles at the beginning of the year, if it put any pressure on this pitching staff, and if he thinks that's alleviated it since the offense has started to improve a bit here recently. And he said, I actually think our pitching staff really thrived on that pressure. I think that really brought out the best in all of them.
I could see that. Well, I think it does help keep the intensity level up a little bit. And they certainly have managed that part of it. The 1-2 to Arise, and he shoots it foul. Then the critical part is now is they have begun to loosen things up a little bit offensively. Can they keep the intensity up on the pitching side? And so far they have. Mike Maddox right there next to Bruce Bochy, two of the absolute greatest of their generations. And in Maddox's case, you could argue he's one of the all-time great pitching coaches. He has just been a magician everywhere he has been. Massive turnarounds for those franchises on the pitching side, and what he's done with the Rangers over the years is two different stints. It's just remarkable.
Yeah, for the Rangers, the two best times they've been pitching, or the two times that he's been the pitching coach.
Rise rolls one into right field. That's a base hit here to begin the sixth.
And we kept thinking, well, this can't keep up. But here we are in game 89, and we just saw the Rangers are a league best, and not American League, Major League best in a lot of pitching stats.
No shame in giving up a hit to that guy, Arise. That's what he does. 2 hits tonight. He's on for Xander Bogaerts, and Bogaerts swings and misses at the cutter. Now there is activity now in the Rangers pen. Luke Jackson getting ready.
He didn't pitch yesterday, right? From remembering
he did not.
correctly, so he's fresh.
The Rangers used 5 relievers yesterday in that extra innings game.
He's had 5 days off. Luke Jackson.
Luke?
Yep.
Well, that's a pretty healthy amount of time. And even like I bumped into Hobie Milner today and asked him how he's been doing. And he's like, well, I mean, I just had 3 days off. I'm good. 1-1. So even the guys who threw yesterday, many of them had a couple of days off. So they could go today if they had to.
Yeah, and they didn't throw a lot of pitches.
Right.
But you start getting into July, August, and that April, May starts creeping up on you. That's where managers want to manage April and May so it doesn't affect that August, September run. You're hopefully, in a race to a playoff run.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Or pardon me, 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Xander Bogaerts. So along those lines, Yankees got off to a great start this year. There was a lot of concern going into the year. They were experiencing injuries in the pitching staff. But man, they got off to a great start. At one point, I think they had a 7-game lead in the division a month ago. They've lost first place in that division. They're several games behind Toronto now. And when you look at their trouble, it's been pitching. I think it just worn guys down. And it's not like there's been mismanagement or anything. But when you have injuries and you lack the depth that you're going to need over the course of the summer, it rears its head at some point. And the Yankees, I think, getting a little taste of that already. It's going to be tough for them. They've got a lot to overcome. I know a lot of people are really worried about that.
Well, and Toronto's been a big surprise. They've gotten hot. And I don't think a lot of people had Toronto on their possibly, and there's a lot of time left, but going to win the division or make the playoffs this year.
And I think your point, though, about the amount of time left is one very much worth keeping in mind. Because, again, the Yankees are a perfect embodiment of that. A 7-game lead looked like they were going to run away with that division. The best hitter in the game by many accounts, and Aaron Judge. He was rolling, but you've got to have depth in pitching to last for the full season. And that's why I keep coming back and we have these conversations every night. It's been so frustrating the way the season has started with the Rangers offense. But the defense has been elite. The pitching has been so good. I think that's what's allowed Bruce Bochy to keep that even keel and say, well, okay, just it'll come around, but the pitching will keep you in it. There's a swing and a miss, and Bogaerts strikes out one away.
Boy, that's a big strikeout on the cutter here. Leadoff guy on, 3-2 count, a battle. And that's a perfectly placed 3-2 cutter. If he doesn't swing, it's a strike. He does swing, and he gets the miss.
1 out. Gavin Sheets now, 1 for 2.
So here's the thing about this matchup here, third time through. Just thinking about this as a lefty on lefty. Sheets has let the ball travel deep. He's hit a line drive for an out to left. He's got a base hit to left. Now, he's a power guy, so how much do you want to go in that he seems to want to go away with you today?
This one lifted into center. Carter makes a catch. Chua. Well, what do you think on that? I mean, I feel like I'm willing to give up occasional base hits to Gavin Sheets if he wants to go the other way.
I got you. Yeah, that's a good thought. I like that thought, too.
Because he still has to execute.
Yeah, it's for him to go to hit opposite field homers. It's a little bit tougher. He wants to pull the ball for a homer, and that was a nice cutter at the bottom of the zone there.
Corbin at 87 pitches. And offers here to Iglesias. That's strike 1. Well, what do you think for length today for Corbin? If he gets through the 6th inning, let's say at 90 or fewer, do you let him go back out in the 7th, or is he done?
He's on normal rest. He threw 110 pitches. Let's just say he gets Iglesias out. He has Cronenworth, who hit a homer in the 2nd and got a base hit. He is lefty. It is lefty on lefty. He hasn't executed those pitches. It's not like he's hit his pitch. He hasn't executed those pitches. So maybe you give him Cronenworth, lefty on lefty. If he gets him out, you give him Diaz.
0-2?
I don't mind him shaking his hand either if he gets the 18th out of this game here and says, I'm going to ask my bullpen with a 4-run lead right now to get 9 outs and give up 3 or less.
His toughest inning was back in the 2nd. And pretty consistent work all night for Corbin. And really, the toughest part for him has been the bottom of the order, which is where we are now. The 1-2, and that one is looped down into left, playable for Langford, and that ends the inning. Well, we shall see. Corbin threw 6 great innings tonight.
And he got...
Great day for Patrick Corbin. Rangers with a 6-2 lead. And they're sending their 2, 3, and 4 hitters now. And so Corbin can go over things with Dave Bush and Kyle Higashioka. What is it? What is this, Mike? We see this all the time. Guy's day is done. Everybody gets together, and it's just a little quick postmortem.
You just start talking about what worked for you, especially after an outing like this. And I guarantee you, Corbin, like Laura asking after the game, talk about the first 2 innings where, it was 9 pitches, 9 strikes, but he gave up 2 hits. It was a line drive to left field that Langford made a play. Then you get a line drive. You walk the 8-hole hitter on 4 pitches. You give up a homer. He didn't throw the ball that great to start off the game, but he worked his way into the game, found it, got into a rhythm, got out of a really big 2-out, 2 guys on in the 4th inning situation. So it's kind of, I don't want to say you're bragging, but you're like, hey, this is what I did. This is how I did it and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
And Higgy's just talking about, hey, that was a good job working this or that or however they did it to start sequencing pitches up to get the Padres off of what they were doing.
2 balls, 2 strikes here to Seager. That's pretty cool. I always kind of wondered about those conversations.
Yeah, sometimes you can say, man, I didn't have my stuff tonight, but we got away with it. I don't think that was Corbin early in the game. He did get up 2 runs in the second, but
yeah,
he found it. As the game progressed, he found his locations.
Time here. That might have been that's a timer violation on Matsui. So 3-2 now to Seager. Puts a little more pressure on him.
He's like, I started my hands.
Well, Alan Porter, time is what we're indicating here.
10:26 at home.
It's a 3-2, and that's outside, ball 4. So Seager takes the walk. Now that 9-game hitting streak is in jeopardy for him, but he is on base. The same for Marcus Semien, who is ready to hit next, but it looks like he'll do it against somebody else. Schilt headed out there, and he will take the baseball and go a little deeper into his bullpen with the Rangers leading it 6-2.
Too much for sure, so cold, but we're always coming back for more. Egos in this wicked game, it's all for sure. Oh, I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it. Go ahead. For all I care, just wanna stay close, don't say that. Ain't gonna leave ya. So touch, you're
$1 million. Use a coupon code to get
Rangers.com/theme
yeah,
nights.
He's barely got his hoodie and hat going. That kid, he can't be getting online making purchases with a credit card, Mike. That's irresponsible.
Well, he's got a dad there, and it looks like he got a White Langford autograph on the hat, too.
Get some help from an adult kid, but we'd love to see you out there. This guy's like, yeah, I don't know.
You guys are on TV right now.
Trying to get my kid to use my credit card or something. I told him, just use Apple Pay.
Credit card's not real money.
Hey, how do you stop that credit card? Well, Nunez gets one in there for a strike to Simeon. Eduardo Nunez. Big day for him. There's a swing and a miss. 2-2. He made his big league debut the other day in Philadelphia. Faced 4 hitters. Recorded 1 out. He's been a dominant pitcher in the minor leagues, and he runs that 98-mile-per-hour fastball inside. 3-2. This was the first time he had ever been to big league spring training this last February and March. Started the year at San Antonio for the Padres. Now in his second big league game, and he gets Simeon to pop up on the infield. That's playable for Iglesias. And there's one away. Well, with that, we can graciously give a little of our time to Kia. Sager over there at first. And Nunez pays him no mind. That pitch is outside. Good pick by Diaz.
Diaz has done a nice job. He came in yesterday and made a couple of defensive plays behind the dish, and that's not an easy backhand pick with the catcher's mitt off a breaking ball.
Yeah, that is pretty good athleticism. And there's a strike. We learned something really interesting about that the other day talking to Bobby Wilson. Because this business of guys on one knee like that, and we'll say sometimes, a guy's job is to get over in front of the ball as a catcher and block it. But Bobby told us, off a knee like that, you actually have a lot better range to pick balls like that, just like that. You don't have to move over and get in front of it. Because when you have one knee down, you've got more room with that arm to swipe across and make plays.
Oh, that proves it right there, and we'll see the check swing, and woof.
Boy,
That's either way right there. I'm sure the Padres, who are on the first base side, were not happy in their dugout.
2-1 pitch, and that is a swing.
Is it?
Sort of. It's almost like a proud sword.
And I'm going to swing. I don't want to.
There it is. Excalibur.
It's a heavy bat.
2-2. Try it again, Nunez. Bouncer left side of the infield. And Bogarts will go to second for one. On to first. And that's a double play. A 6-4-3 twin killing. Ends any hopes for the Rangers in the seventh. Stretch.
Tonight.
All right, so we've talked about it. The bullpen a little more rested. Luke, who started the year as the closer, has 9 saves, but has now moved into these, setup innings, and he's been pretty good there. He'll start with Cronenworth, and he deals upstairs, ball 1. Cronenworth, Diaz, and then Fernando Tatis Jr. 2 runs in the second inning for the Padres. That's all they got off Corbin. Really good night for Patrick. And that was a check swing there. He did hold up. 2-0. So both starters out of the game. Yesterday, game went 10 innings. And a great slider. Catches the top of the zone for a strike. I often think about a slider nibbling off that area of the strike zone, but things have changed recently.
He wanted to throw off speed there 2-0, but he wanted to throw it for a strike, so he starts it off a little bit high. And we'll see if later in the bat he plays that. If he can throw a strike here, foul ball or something at the bottom of the zone, he's going to have to challenge here. You're up by 4, 7th inning. You see Luke disappointed with himself getting to the 3-1 count. You want to make a good pitch here, throw a strike. You don't want to walk the leadoff guy here.
Got him to foul that one off. Full count now on Cronenworth.
So far, he hasn't been able to control his fastball. He's been able to throw 2 sliders for strikes. To me, you've thrown 2 sliders for strikes. Let's call another slider, throw it for a strike, and live with the result.
Well, let's see. The 3-2. He goes with the fastball, and that one's fouled back in our direction. But the nice thing about that is that does set up another slider pretty well, so we'll see here.
He doesn't get a ton of swing and miss. Get soft contact is how he works out of the bullpen.
Here's his payoff. And Cronenworth takes inside that slider, missed. So a leadoff walk in the 7th inning. Well, Cronenworth had been swinging the hot bat. So you eliminate that part of it. And now maybe with Diaz, you can think about, they'll pinch hit for him. So with a man on, they go to the bench. Oh, and Brooks, who we saw yesterday, he'll bat here. Trenton Brooks, left-handed hitter. Maybe see if he can get a ground ball, get 2 outs out of it.
Well, the Padres can come back. They've had 7 comebacks this year when being down by 3 or more runs.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in that.
Okay. That's all right.
You know what I mean?
Get on your talkback button and talk to Patrick about that information.
Yeah,
okay?
that is, Mike Schilt looking at his lineup card.
Just here to give you information, Dave.
Yeah, I think Luke will just go ahead and get that double play. That's what we'd like to see. Well, let's see though. You got to get a ball hit on the ground, number 1, and then you got to hope that Brooks doesn't beat it out. Cronenworth, there's no real threat in terms of speed over there at first base. He has 2 steals this year, but he's also been caught once. And this one is on the ground, but it gets through. And Cronenworth will stop at second. Brooks didn't waste any time. Delivers that pinch hit single, and so now a couple of base runners are on.
Well, he does his job off the bench. He's ready to hit first pitch. He doesn't hit it hard. Pretty good breaking ball there. Stays inside of it. Doesn't hit it too hard, but he hits it where the Rangers aren't.
I don't love the idea of getting these fans engaged because they are on top of the game and they do pay attention. We'll get into it, and they can make things just seem a little more intense. And as Mike Maddox goes out there just to maybe slow things down a little bit here because now it's the top of the order. Some dangerous hitters.
So I've talked about it throughout this series so far. Tatis 0 for 3 tonight. He has been chasing out of the zone. Now, it doesn't mean you can just throw all pitches out of the zone and he's going to chase all of them. You have to establish that you can hit edges, and then you work off that edge and see if Tatis will chase. He has in this series. And he came into this series struggling.
Ground ball in his last 2 at-bats. They play him to pull on the infield, and he'll take just off the outside corner. A little crisper slider that time. Luke ready, and that just missed. And he is just off the corner. So 2-0, and that's just the problem there. You put yourself in a pretty ticklish spot here. Tatis 0 for 3 against Luke, and he misses that one. It's 2-1.
Well, he was trying to make it 6-5 on that swing. That's a good 2-0 swing. There's a breaking ball down the middle, and Tatis a little late. Too big of a swing there.
2-1, and that's lifted foul. Really late on that fastball.
Good job by Luke the last 2 pitches.
I'll say earlier against Corbin that he was really jumping. He was way out in front of stuff. Now all of a sudden, he's really trying to let it travel.
Yeah, I'd have to watch, Tatis hit before this series, but it almost looks like he's leaning in. Watch his head move here. See, it moves one time, changes the look.
Whoa. Full count. Now, he's been hit by a lot of pitches. Well, you can guarantee Jackson not trying to hit him.
You can see his body. It starts off open. He dives into home plate.
3-2, and that's outside. Well, Jackson's in some trouble now. A walk, a single, and a walk. And Bruce Bochy to that top step. He's seen enough. He cannot let this one slip away, so Jackson could not retire a batter. And Boch will have to use more of his pen. Luke upset with himself, no doubt. Understandable. And Mr. Reliable. Everyday Holby Milner, a left-hander coming in out of the pen. Bases loaded, nobody out. It's 6-2.
And out for a run here if you're the Rangers. This is going to be his 41st appearance, 2.49 ERA. Love a ground ball double play here.
Jackson Merrill gets underneath the first pitch, lifts it out to right. That will get a run home. The catch made by Garcia. And it gets Cronenworth to the plate. 6-3, but as you just said, Mike, you'll make that trade if you're the Rangers. Merrill, that's all he was trying to do.
Yeah, he did a great job. He did his job. But the Rangers will take that at this point. Bases loaded, nobody out. You give up one run and you get an out.
So Merrill picks up his first RBI of the night. And now Manny Machado. And Machado represents a little bit of a fright here if you're the Rangers. One of the great power hitters in the game. And he'll shoot that foul.
The thing that makes Machado such a tough out is he will hit the ball where it's pitched. He does have the power. He can take you out to center field. We saw it yesterday, but he's going to see where the ball's pitched and then try to hit it where it's pitched.
0-2. Great job here by Milner. Colby yesterday, he had some of the best stuff we've seen all year. I mean, he was hitting 90 with a fastball a couple times. A few changeups that just had ridiculous movement. 0-2 to Machado, and that's fouled back.
He's doing a good job of changing locations right now. Changing eye level right there. We'll see if you talk about the changeup, the 2 strikeouts with the changeup. He just went high, hard up. Does he go soft down here?
Here he comes. And he tried it. Machado laid off. 1-2. Machado's 6th in the National League at .292 coming in. That average is on the ascent tonight. That just missed outside. Another changeup. Jackson watching out with interest. 1 run is already in. He's responsible for the 2 other base runners. Two-two pitch. Trying to sneak it onto that outside corner. He's just missed a couple times.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Time called now. Machado uses his timeout. 6-3 the score.
The thing is, it being 6-3, Tatis not the tying run. You're only in the 7th inning. You have a couple more at bats, but lefty pitcher, I don't expect him to run here.
3-2. And that is in the air center field. Playable for Carter. Tagging at third, Brooks. He'll score. Another sacrifice fly. 6-4 the count, but there are 2 away.
Good job by Machado. Good job by Milner and the Texas Rangers here. Once again, yeah, they score another run, but bases loaded, nobody out. Now you have 2 outs, runner on first. They've done their job. They've scored those 2 runs, but hopefully you're avoiding a big inning here.
Boats looking on now as Rise will be the batter. Couple of hits tonight, but a left on left, and what do you know? He's taking strike 1. That's amazing.
He literally doesn't move. Kids might say he glitched on their video game.
Seriously. Milner steps off now. That's a disengagement with regard to Tatis, who, you brought it up in that last at bat. I mean, he is a good base runner. He has 18 stolen bases. And this one is lined just past third base. I say line skipped past Smith. Well, Arise with his 3rd hit of the game. 2 men out there now.
Boy, he reminds me so much of old school hitting. Rod Carew, Wade Boggs. He has the Padres jersey on. Tony Gwynn. He is just going to put the fat part of the bat on the ball and live with the results.
Yeah. I mean, He's also just so rare in today's game. Bogarts, and he fouls one off. This is the guy who's been swinging the hot bat. Bogarts 0 for 3 today. Twice he's lined out to left field, sinking liners, and just terrific defensive plays by Langford. Otherwise, that line could look a whole lot different tonight for him. Tatis at second, Arise the tying run at first. And that is over first base, but heading foul.
Boy, in unison, about 35,000 people all stood up when that ball was contacted there. This place wants to explode.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle recently for the Padres. They're home after a tough road trip, but a big win yesterday in the opener in extras. And the 2-strike pitch. Strike 3 called. Bogarts down looking on the changeup. And the inning is over. The Padres do scratch out 2 runs to get back in the game. The big strikeout by Milner.
A huge. Have you ever disseminated?
I'm offended that you would even say, no, I do not disseminate.
Okay.
Certainly not without express written consent. Brian Hoeing is part of the new battery this inning for San Diego. Martin Maldonado takes over behind the plate. Hoeing is now the 3rd reliever used by San Diego. And he's off the plate, 2-1. Have you disseminated?
I hope not.
If you have, you apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I have disseminated. I apologize a lot in this life.
Excellent apologizing.
Yeah.
2-2.
If you're a friend or family member of mine and I haven't apologized to you, you're in the rare category.
Also, I apologize. 6-4 Rangers lead. That's tapped straight down. Well, I thought you were going to have to apologize last night when we went to the, what was that thing that we went to last night with the
drone show?
The drone show. We were getting a little hungry there last night, and there were some, half-eaten pizzas sitting around on the little outing we were.
Kids sometimes, they throw a fit and the parents have to leave and there's some extra food left over.
Bouncer right side, and that one sneaks through. And so Carter begins the 8th inning with a single. You know, listen, they're up 6-4, but another run would be really nice here.
Yeah, it would be great. This is a good job on an off-speed pitch. Outside, pulls it, and gets just enough of it past Iglesias and gives you a really fast base runner here.
All right, so how aggressive do you want to get?
Well, we'll see here first pitch how Hoeing lifts his leg.
Well, that's a big one. And there's a swing and a chopper foul. Oh, good play there by our ball girl down the line.
So this is where Ragsdale, he's going to let Carter get back to the base, and he's going to tell him the time he was to the plate. This is going to say, he's going to probably be like 1.8 on that, which means you can steal. Now, they have more of a scouting report than I have. They know if he's going to slide step and mix it up.
Right, if he chooses to slide step, that could cause you some trouble. Oh, no. And that was a big jump. The throw down to second really never had a shot. Carter with his 11th stolen base. Well, that 2 big leg kicks, that was really risky business.
He was asking for Carter to steal, and once, I don't even know if this was a great jump. It was not a good jump at all. It was, once he saw the leg lift go all the way up, he still had time because he's probably a 2 flat to home plate. You need to be 135 or lower as a pitcher.
Maybe that was part of the conversation too, right? It's like he's so slow.
You could make sure he lifts his leg.
Yeah, you don't have to get a great jump. You just, once you see that it's a full leg lift, then go ahead. Strikeout of Langford, though, 1 away. Well, that was amazing.
It shows how fast he is, and then also how slow Hoeing was to the plate.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a hit and run go.
So now Jonah Heim, a base hit here would score a run, and he'll take outside. Jonah had a double in the 4th inning and drove in a run for the Rangers. That was their 4th run of the night. Hoeing delivers, and that's in the dirt. Maldonado keeps it close. I wonder how available might third be with that big leg kick.
You know, it seems like the Rangers are very aggressive stealing second, not as aggressive stealing third. Now, it gives you a huge hole to the left side because Machado cannot play the shift here. He has to be close enough to the base. If Carter decides to steal, he can cover third.
So he might be better just staying at second then. Is that right? I mean, because it would, because
it keeps a huge hole there, but if you were to steal third here, it does give you now the sac fly situation. The infield would be in, and then it gives you more holes in the infield too. 3-0, I'm not stealing here.
Right. Here it comes, and that is not even close. Heim takes the walk.
So I'm looking at Hoeing's Baseball Savant page. It says he throws 47% fastballs, but it doesn't seem like it in this outing. It seems like he throws 10% fastballs.
Well, he's going to get Jake Berger now, who has had a couple of good at-bats. And man, Niebla's getting his steps in today. Heads out for yet another mound visit. Been out there a handful of times. Niebla, one of the guys, when they turned over the coaching staff last year, Niebla was maybe the one guy that they retained during the offseason of change. He had done really good work with the pitchers over the last couple of seasons. They really liked him. So he was a holdover from the previous coaching staff, and their mound visits remaining. They are down to 2. I didn't realize the Rangers were down to 1.
I guess it hasn't been Maddox going out there a lot. Didn't Higgy go out there twice and Maddox twice, right?
Okay, yeah.
So that's the 4.
So, conversation done. Berger has been hit by a pitch. He's singled twice.
Well, besides the leadoff home run first pitch, the damage has been done by the bottom of the order.
Hoeing dealing with a couple of runners, and he sneaks a fastball in there for strike 1. Rangers up 2. And Berger lifts that down the first base side, heading foul, and just does get into the stands.
That's a foul ball catch at most stadiums.
Yeah.
That's an off the bat. I thought, oh, that's an out. But here at Petco Park, they put the stands really close, especially as you get past the bases.
So Berger in a hole, 0-2. And Holling lets him hit this one to the ground. There's nobody at second base. Ultimately, they get the force out there, but no double play. Carter gets to third base, and the inning will continue. That looked like an inning-ending double play.
Well, the defense of situation here is when that ball's hit. You can see Iglesias, the second baseman, he's supposed to cover second base. This is the weird part about shifts here, is when the ball's hit to the first baseman, the second baseman has the base. But once he committed to maybe I'm going to catch the ground ball, it put the Padres in a tough situation. Give Bogaerts a lot of credit sprinting over there and getting to the base.
Yeah. So now, Higashioka, he's driven in 4 of the Rangers' 6 runs. He's driven in a run with every single time he's come to the plate.
So in this, Iglesias is supposed to have the base, but once he commits that way, they can't turn 2 because Bogaerts was playing way over to the third base side.
Runner goes from first. A bouncer to that open right side. That's a base hit. It scores another run. Berger gets to third. And Higashioka drives in his 5th run of the night. And that is a big one.
How about putting Berger on the move, gives this hit. Give a lot of credit to Bruce Bochy right here. You want to know what a manager can do? He puts Berger, a guy you wouldn't expect to run, in motion, and that gives you the base hit. Iglesias leaves his position. That's a routine ground ball if you're not stealing on that pitch.
Wow. What a development. Another 2-out run for the Rangers and a critical run added to the lead. 7-4 Rangers on top, and they knock another Padre off the mound.
For the Rangers tonight.
So Josh Smith will bat here. Peralta is now what? The 4th reliever of the night for San Diego. Wandy Peralta, 38th appearance of the year, and that one is turned foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Josh, he started the game with a home run on the first pitch tonight. He has since singled. He's 2 for 4. Rangers up 7-4. And that one, a fastball in there. 1-2. Well, the Rangers, the goal here, win this game tonight, give themselves a chance tomorrow evening to win the series. They've been stringing together good series wins on the road. That one in the dirt, and the runner was going. Higashioka was on the move. I think before the ball was in the dirt, right? It looked like a delayed steal.
But I think that was almost, if he would have gone, now I know Berger's not a fast runner. If they would have thrown through, I think Berger was going to try to steal home. Once the ball's in the dirt, there's going to be no throw to second.
I'm not sure delayed steal was the right terminology there. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout of Smith. The inning is over. But the Rangers pick up a big, big run. Higashioka having a night tonight. 5 RBIs. And the Rangers are up 7-4. It off, and he takes a strike, 87 miles per hour. He doesn't throw real hard, but Milner, very deceptive, very sneaky for these hitters. And then he's off the plate, 1-1.
Well, and running him back out there, not that you want to throw him 3 days in a row, but if after this game, if Milner wants to just take the short drive to Los Angeles, he ain't pitching tomorrow.
It's
yeah, you won't
just off the outside.
You won't
You're
be
right.
seeing him on Sunday Night Baseball tomorrow night.
No. Maybe he'll be an between-inning interview or something, an in-game interview. That just misses. 3-1. Milner came in, inherited a bases-loaded, nobody-out spot last inning. It's a bouncer down to first base. He'll cover. And Berger feeds him nicely, 1 away.
Good job getting behind in the count, getting the out, and getting off the mound quickly and covering first.
Well, he gets the left-handed hitter. And so now Bruce Bochy will go to his bullpen to bring in a righty. 7-4, Rangers on top.
intentional walks after falling behind in the count. I believe it was to Machado yesterday, if I have the hitter right. So, and I believe 2 of his walks have been intentional. So he's going to throw strikes here, which is great when you have a 3-run lead.
The Rangers need to figure out how to get 5 more outs in the game. And Martin's first pitch, that one runs up and in on Iglesias. Oh for 2 today. He did walk earlier in the ball game. Martin's 1-0, and that's a strike. So Milner goes an inning and a third tonight. Really nice job. And that's a beauty. 95 right on the inside corner. There are times where I wonder, it's like Iglesias, I don't know, didn't see it. He looks back and asks Alan Porter, like, was that a strike? Well, yeah. 1-2. Yeah, that's chopped straight down. Picked up by Higashioka. He throws to first. Yikes. Oh, my, what a pick down there by Berger. Woo! 2 away.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest out. Let's see. Swing the bat about 75, 80 miles an hour, and you hit the ball 3 feet. And then Higgy, whoo.
Good job there by Iglesias to avoid making contact with it.
Well, got the out.
Yeah.
And I guess, like to your point, if Iglesias makes contact out of the batter's box, he's automatically out.
So 2 gone here is Cronenworth. He's been a tough one tonight. Home run, a single, and a walk. He'll take a fastball here for a strike. So big Chris Martin trying to make it a scoreless 8th inning. Well, the Rangers up 7-4. That one right in there. The split finger fastball that time. 0-2. So as you said, Milner will not pitch tomorrow on Sunday Night Baseball. Same too for Martin. That one's up.
Yeah, Boch wants this one. He's making the right call here. He has a win with this bullpen. He has to keep the lead here and win it, and he's going to his best. I think it'll be Garcia in the ninth.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. Yeah, and I think that's a part of what has made Boch such a successful manager over the years is when he has a ball game that is winnable, he expends the resources to make sure you get it. Just don't mess around. They're all so valuable. And we oftentimes talk about 162 games. Oh, hey, you win some, you lose some. Yeah, well, that is true. And there's some games that you just kind of have to win. If it's there for you, and it's close and all, lean in, get it. 3-2. And that's down the left side, heading foul, and is foul.
I thought with Langford's game defensively, he might just fly for a second and catch that ball.
Let's get up there, hover, and then reverse it and land back on the field.
And you know what? For tomorrow, it's Jack Leiter. You know, maybe Boch looks at it as like I can get Jack Leiter for 4 to 6 innings, and then I have Latz for 2 to 3 innings, and that can get me through most of the game.
Now, pitch and a swing and a miss. A strikeout of Cronenworth. Martin comes in and gets the job done. Faces 2, retires 2.
Can it just be us tonight? Under the night sky, gonna make my skin rise. Can it just be us tonight? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in magic? Comes from the inside. Do you believe in magic? 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 Secrets I keep, let the world just fade away. You're all I need. Can it just be us tonight? No one
High 7 against Seattle. That game that went extra innings back home. And so a little extra rest for him. Hopefully he can come out and really pitch a good one tomorrow for a national audience.
It should be fun if he can give a start just like his Vandy brother Kamar Rocker did yesterday. The Rangers should be in good position to win the series. You got to finish this one off.
Yeah, Rocker there yesterday, really nice game. Went 5 1/3 innings, allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 4.
I know the Rangers didn't win, but being here and calling the game, I ended up buying a Kamar Rocker Independence Day Topps rookie card after the game. I thought, well, I always remember that as getting a card of his that's an Independence Day card numbered to 76 since he pitched on Independence Day.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, every year they make that parallel in the Topps base cards.
There's a roller second base by Seager. And one would guess that that hitting streak for him will end at 9 games after that ground out. Still, he got on base again today, but no hits. Marcus Semien now, he's 0 for 4. And like Seager, he has a 9-game hitting streak on the line.
Just a testament to everybody. Seager, Semien, and Garcia have been leading the charge offensively for a while, but none of them have got a hit, but yet the Rangers have 7 on the board. Or sorry, Garcia does have a hit. Don't want to shortchange that one to center field, but I was just looking at kind of, where you color in the runs and everything, and you see Seager, Semien, Garcia, and there's nothing there, but there's color everywhere else.
It's pretty satisfying, though, right? When you get the rest of the lineup chipping in, because those guys they've been swinging it well for a little stretch now, and maybe the ball doesn't fall on a given night like tonight, but you feel good that they could still come back tomorrow and have a good game. Evan Carter's been a nice little spark lately.
He has. Boy, he's healthy. He's a good player.
Little chopper toward third. And good throw by Machado. And a stretch over there by Cronenworth. I mean, maybe it didn't look as athletic as it was, but that's a nice play.
Well, here's the throw. He gets rid of it quickly. Cronenworth, he stretched early. He held the base. Right there, he probably doesn't want to stretch too much into the line because he doesn't want to get hit, but he held the base.
It was great. Little flair for the dramatic at the end, and now Garcia smashes 1/3, and the former Platinum Glove third baseman Manny Machado makes another dazzler down there. He makes it look so easy sometimes. And the San Diego. Robert Garcia, the left-hander, is on here in the ninth.
Well, he has 6 saves so far in his 39 games this season, 1-4 record, 2.91 ERA, and the 2.34 batting average against. He gave the Rangers yesterday. He didn't throw bad. He ended up getting the loss, but a couple of just soft hit balls ended up with the free base runner on second base scoring. So he didn't give up an earned run, but he gives up the run.
Yeah. That was a tough one yesterday for the reasons you're talking about. Here comes Manny Machado. Oh, pardon me, Martin Maldonado.
Very different hitters.
Very, very different guys. And Maldonado, his first at bat of the ball game, came in late to catch. He is, as Mike described him yesterday, kind of a glove-first catcher. And the hitting part has come secondary for Maldonado. They do have 2 hitters on their bench, but you can't hit for Maldonado here because Diaz already came out of the game for the pinch hitter in the 7th inning, so they wouldn't have anybody to catch.
He's taken here. Throw it down the middle.
2-0. And misses. I would suggest he's probably taking here as well, and you could throw it down the middle. You see the numbers, just a 172 average for Maldonado, and he will take the strike. Garcia could probably do the same thing right here. It's not to say Maldonado can't hurt you.
Even if he swings, take the chance here. You're up by 3.
Four home runs this year for Maldonado. Here's a 3-1, and that's right in there. So, back-to-back fastballs. Now, pressure's back on Maldonado.
He's got to protect the dish.
Garcia trying to battle back here, the 3-2 pitch, and he misses up and out. Well, those feel bad because, number one, you don't want to put the lead man on for free in the 9th inning on the road. But especially when it's a 9th place hitter and a guy who's just not a good hitter.
No, unfortunately, too, it just kind of gives you an idea that Garcia does not have command in his first 6 pitches.
Yeah, he just about hit Tatis.
You have the 1 mound visit left, right?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when you want to use it.
1-0. Oh, he gets a really helpful call right there. The changeup. 1-1.
That's a break.
That could be a huge break. Tatis 0 for 3 with a walk. And he couldn't stop himself. That's a swinging strike.
Well, this is a nasty pitch here. Breaking ball below the zone. Don't mind if he tries that again.
Changeup and a curveball. Now the 1-2. And that is a fastball. Strike 3 called, and Tatis Jr. goes down looking, 1 away.
Good job of coming back here after missing badly on the first pitch. He gets the benefit of the doubt on the second pitch, and then this one right here, spotted at 95 inside to get the strikeout looking in the first out of the inning.
Fastball off the plate to Merrill. Merrill is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly tonight. Swing and a miss with the heater. Man, that was not even close.
I thought after the first pitch he was maybe going to take a strike. That's, I have to remember, that's somewhat eliminated from the game today.
I mean, it's hitter by hitter.
It used to be automatic, though, almost every day.
Bouncer at first base. That's throw base hit. For a fleeting moment, that looked like it had a chance to be 2. I suppose with Merrill's speed, that was not so much in the cards, but instead, it's a base hit, and they have 2 men on.
See the pitch here, 95, top of the zone. Berger not holding on, just can't get to it. Just belt high. Gets the ground ball, just didn't get the ground ball to somebody.
A very dangerous Manny Machado. And Machado is pointing out to second base. And the second base umpire, Chris Siegel, was signaling maybe a timeout. Maybe that was his timeout. Oh boy. The changeup really had him locked up.
Yeah, he was looking fastball to tie the game.
It's Garcia's best pitch, the changeup. See if he tries it again or if he comes back with a fastball. He did go with a changeup. 0-2. Now that really sets up the heater here.
It does. But if you're going to try to go in, make sure you get it in. If you're going to go up, make sure you get it up.
Well, here it is. And it's fouled back in dead center of the strike zone.
He went challenge fastball. The good thing about that is the 2 changeups had Machado's timing off.
Mm-hmm. Just slowed him down enough. Now he's seen it. The 0-2. And got him swinging. The changeup. Second strikeout of the inning for Garcia.
Well, let's go through the sequence here. Garcia goes soft changeup, bottom of the zone, gets the swing and miss. He repeats the pitch again, gets the foul ball a little bit further away, then goes heater middle, beats Machado. He fouls it off, goes back to the changeup, and gets Machado way out in front for a huge strikeout in the second out of the inning.
Two down, and now Luis Arraez. Last chance for the Padres, 7-4. Has 3 hits tonight. And he takes strike one, a fastball right on the outside corner.
Well, that was probably coming, watching Arraez. He did take that one, though, like he was possibly going to swing.
Rangers have dropped 7 straight in this ballpark. It has been a really difficult place to play in recent years.
Almost feel
after
like
going 8-2 to start.
I almost feel like I want 6 infielders against Arraez.
Yeah, and a roller. Oh, 2, and that's fouled away.
How he gets to pitches. And this is just his hand-eye coordination. That is a tough pitch to make contact. It was a big miss from Garcia. He was trying to throw that off the plate away by 3 inches.
Runners with their leads, 2 outs. And the pitch in the dirt. 1-2. Merrill at first.
Not that these runners mean anything, but Higgy does keep him at first and second with that play there.
Check, and now the pitch. Whoa! What in the world?
He fouled it off. Did he hit that with the bat?
I thought he fouled that off. And then goes flopping backward. Goes back to your point of how does he get to some of these pitches?
There it is. That was going to hit him in the middle of his chest.
Where?
I guess in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Well, by the way, if he swings at that and it hits him, it's a strikeout.
Right. 1-2. I'll never forget a game in Boston. Nomar Mazara swung at a ball and hit him in the chest. and they didn't call it a strike. They called it a hit batter. Game continued. Rangers lost it anyway, but it was such a wild misread of the rules. You swing and miss. It doesn't matter if it hits you.
It's a dead ball, too. It's not like the catcher has to go run it down and throw it to first.
Well, Arise struck out yesterday. That's a rare sighting. Let's see if Garcia can get him 2 days in a row. The 1-2. And that's low. There's a little bit of that Juan Soto you were talking about, that way he strides toward the mound and glares out.
There's intensity with this take right here.
David throwing in the dirt. Garcia delivers again, and this one is looped down to right field. That's a base hit. Maldonado will stop at third, as well he should. Now there are 45,000 wanting more, but what they don't understand is that would have been incredibly reckless. You just cannot send Maldonado there.
What a great at bat. That's not a bad pitch. This guy is old school baseball hitter.
Unconventional cleanup hitter, but a 4-hit night for him. And his run, a very important one. So he makes way for a pinch runner, and here comes Bruce Bochy. Fans a little wound up here. Tyler Wade comes into first to run. Boch out there, and I'm not sure he's signaled yet. There it is. So Garcia's done. He'll leave with the bases loaded. 7-4, ninth inning. Sean Armstrong looking for one more out. Strong, responsible now to get that last out in this one.
As you said, facing Bogarts, who came into this series hot.
Tough draw. There's Wade, we mentioned, took over as the pinch runner. And the first pitch off the plate for a ball. Tying runs are on base. The potential winning run in Xander Bogaerts at the plate. Bogaerts with 5 home runs this year. Oh no. And he swings through it. Ball and a strike.
Outfield very deep, playing no doubles. They do not want the runner from first to score.
Chopper toward third. Fair ball. Touch the bag. This one's over. Wow. Just like that, Armstrong puts out the fire in the 9th inning, and the Rangers equalized the series with a 7-4 win.
Yeah, nice easy 3-run win right there, Dave. That's how you do it. You get the bases loaded with 2 outs. You break a bat. Josh Smith catches it fair, steps on the base. Rangers win, and that's your POG. That's your player of the game right there, Higgy.
Well, there were some candidates, but you're right, Higgy. What a night. Driving in 5 runs.